Welcome back, guys. It's your old buddy Radar again. And we're back with the Stanley Parable. Hope y'all are doing good today. Figured I'd get another episode out before I head out today. Going to see the Lego Batman movie today with my good friend Patty. Should be a lot of fun. I hope. I mean, I'm a big DC Lego fan, so it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, shall we? Let's do this. Hello. Don't lock up on me now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did I?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Did I actually flip and do it? Holy cow. I did it, guys! I actually did it. I wasn't even trying. All right. Oh, that's awesome.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I know there's more to it, honestly. If I click no, well,
Then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
You got that right.
I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
All right then. So this is it. Okay. Think I can duplicate what I just done? We shall
Stanley
see.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Aw. Come on now. There we go. Come on. There we go. Ha ha, I did it again. Yes, I am on a roll.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Deja
He then
vu.
praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Shall we say?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, an interlude.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Oh, jeez. So, how long does this go on for? It is quite pleasant music. Are we tired of this gag yet? I think that's it, guys. We stuck around. Okay. Let's head back. Yeah. Let's, yeah. The Ballad of Stanley. I love it. Let's save that. Yeah. All right. Well, this is a shorter episode today. Like I said, gotta get ready for Patty to come over, and we're gonna have burgers, and we're gonna go see a movie. Should be a lot of fun, like I said. Also, want to let you know that if you haven't seen it yet, there's going to be a new series coming to 4B Studios called Out of the DOS Box. I don't know. I don't know. I'll be covering old DOS games that I grew up with, and going to get a little help from Joe because he's got quite the collection of DOS games. So it should be quite interesting. If y'all have any suggestions as to what I can cover / play in the new series, let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know. Let me know down below, and give a big old thumbs up if you're so inclined. So until next time, this is Radar saying bye-bye.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.